Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and we're back with some Atlan Forge models today, and you might have seen these guys before because I already painted them and showed them, well, probably many times. These are some of the Wai Toa that Atlan Forge make, which are kind of their Islander, Maori, Pacific Islander inspired Sharkticon, Carcadon type Space Warriors. I really like the patterning all over these guys. So, there's been a couple of variations, but so far they haven't had a real honest-to-goodness leader yet. And one of the things I've really enjoyed about all of Atlan Forge's releases is that they've really started to give their own chapters of Warriors of the Grim, Dark, Far Future. You know, they're really unique own take, but still fitting within a lot of those grim, dark aesthetics and uses in games. So today we have the Void Lord Tangaroa, who is the big cheese of the chapter. So, being the boss dude, he gets his own special funky base with a piece of... I don't know what that is. Stuck to it. We'll fix it later. Now, that is completely optional, but then he has a nice super deluxe tactical rock for him to stand on. I haven't decided if I'm going to use one or both, because his feet actually are quite stable and sturdy even without that. And he looks like he's going to be a big dude. Now, they're already big dudes. See, for example, the fact that I've got some other Warriors of the Far Future that you might recognize, and you can see here, there's a good bit of bulk on these guys. You'd have to do some serious rescaling if you were to have them fit into your already existing armies. Let's take a look at the body. So you can see not only does he have all that fancy patterning all over his armor, literally, but he's also got these nice swanky cloth cloaks on there as well. Torso, nothing super spectacular. I'm assuming these are supposed to be shark teeth, and I believe I've mentioned it before, but it always bears repeating with these types of models. Maybe it was the plague dudes. They have like these special pieces that fit over and close off the torso. Don't lose those. I mean, I guess you could do it without it, but I think it looks kind of weird and silly. And I'm looking through all the pieces, and his head seems to have escaped me. That's not good. Well, I'll find that in a sec. Let me show you his hands, because they're pretty impressive. So, not only does he have big, fancy power claws, you can see his are nice, but his are fancy. But that's not enough for this dude. This dude also has cha-ching! Some print sports that need to be cleaned off. But he's got those for both hands. Good fun times. Really big, cog-like, fancy shoulder pads. There's a blank one as well. I don't bother printing that one, obviously. And if I can get that back in focus, that's going to be a cool pattern if I can actually pick it out. Washes, here we come. And then for adornments, he's got this two-piece cape. And if I remember correctly, it's supposed to just kind of sit right here so it can flow dramatically. And again, it's got that crazy patterning on it. That's going to be a real joy to try to pick out. And then to top things off, literally, he's got a shark fin that can go up on top of his body. I will have to just stick that head in there. I don't know where I put it at the moment. I'm going to find it, and we will put it in there and get everything glued together so you can see how he looks. And we can save me the embarrassment of having to sit here and search and never finish this video. So, next time you see him, he's going to be all done. Sit tight. Alright, the Void Lord Tangaroa is all put together here. And I now see that despite my best efforts, I have a nice, ugly misprint on his thumb there. It's too flat. And I'm like, I already glued it. I don't think it's going to make a big deal. He's a big dude. Now, first thing I noticed, remember if I noticed, he actually stands quite all right without any bases. But, you know, why have just your dude standing on, like, I mean, here's a 50mm base, and he already is going to just overhang that and eclipse it with his little base here. He gets some serious impressive tacticalness there with his tactical rock, and then if you wanted to add his fancy base emblazoned with the what are they? I cannot remember the name of the whatever the faction's called, the Wai Toa or Jesus. Wai Toa, maybe? Alright. Anyway, now he is a serious force to be reckoned with in terms of size. I don't know about having the tactical rock on that nice fancy base. To me, it doesn't make any sense. It just kind of ruins the flavor of that base. And then again, you know, he stands fine on it, and it's not like he's going to be a short dude. I mean, he's gigantic as it is. Literally. Let's grab... So I've got those painted ones here. Look at this. Even on the base, he's just absolutely massive. I love it. I wonder if we're going to see any more Chapter Master types from Atlan Forge then, because this is the first that I can think of. And I mean, he doesn't disappoint. I love the little shark fin on top. One, I guess, little knock, besides the fact that I can't print it correctly, is, you know, he's got this cool little loincloth cape thing on, but then if you put the mantle on him, the cloak here, and kind of make sure that actually, I had to double check on the website to see which way it goes to kind of make sure it's all going correctly. You can't see the back part. It's really covered up by it. I didn't put his torso on very straight either. Shame on me. But you know, just the sheer distinct visual nature of the various types of Marines, soldiers, whatever you want to call them, from Atlan Forge. And this is just what I have handy. I mean, there's just, number one, a huge variety at this point, but number two, I really like that every faction that they've worked on at this point has its own really distinct, unique look. And one of the pluses is also, if you've been a member of their Patreon for long enough, you're going to have such a crazy assortment of various types of parts, and they are all fully compatible. So if you wanted to mix and match, I don't see why those shoulder pads wouldn't work on the actual other models, other than the fact that it'd just be absolutely gigantic. Something to think about there. But I'm going to get started on painting this guy. Kudos to Atlan Forge for coming up with yet another cool model. He's going to be a fun one. Just too many blades. That filigree is just going to be... it's going to be a challenge, but I think I'm up to it. So we'll have a link down below if you want to take a look at any of Atlan Forge's other stuff. If you're looking for some various grimdark models, they have got an absolutely crazy huge assortment of modular figures, hero models, vehicles, machinery, you name it, custom bits. It's all there. So do take a look at that. Anyway, with that said, this has been Lord Tangaroa with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.